What's good, everybody out there? If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's talk about it, alright? This episode is brought to you by Cocoa Breeze Body Butter. Available in lemongrass, jasmine, tropical vibes, king scent, and lavender. Made with all natural ingredients, 100% homemade. Fellas, king scent is my signature fragrance. It's perfectly balanced. Smells really good, and I have dudes in the bathroom getting ready like this. Alright, my people, let's get into it. I just want to say that, again, this is talking more about the Ahmaud Arbery case, and not just the Ahmaud Arbery case, but if you've been following my social media, if you've been following my Facebook, then you know that almost on a daily basis, I'm posting videos and images of black folks being brutalized by police or just experiencing all types of racism from white folks, okay? And I just want to say, and I've been hearing a lot of feedback from a lot of people who are non-white, okay? And I just want to say to those folks out there who are consider themselves woke or conscious, or whatever the case may be very careful with people who always want to take race out of the equation. I see a lot of videos where people they start out the video with, "Oh, I hate when people put race into everything," or "I don't want to put race into this," or stuff like that. Be careful of those people, because the reality of the situation is that race is a very big part of the fabric of this country. You cannot have honest dialogue about any of the ills or issues that plague our society without adding race, okay? It is impossible to look at the Ahmaud Arbery situation and not add race, okay? So with people who are so quick to say, "I don't want to add race to the equation," or "I don't want to look at this racially," or whatever the case may be, to me they fit into one of a few categories, right? Either A, they either overtly or secretly are working to support the agenda. And the agenda, as I've said before, taken from a quote from one of my favorite movies, Lean On Me, where Joe Clark said,
"We are being crucified by a process that is turning blacks into a permanent underclass, dear Frank. A permanent underclass." No, see, nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody.
We're a permanent underclass, okay? And that's the elephant in the room that needs to be addressed. And this wholesale taking of lives and this wholesale brutality of people of color that has been normalized throughout social media and normalized in our society is all race related, okay? We've never fully conquered the issue of race. We've never fully gotten past racism in this country, systemic racism in this country. We've never gotten past it. You know what I mean? And part of the reason why we've never gotten past it is because we've never been able to have honest dialogue about it. Most people are just content with acting as if it doesn't exist anymore, acting as if society has evolved, and acting as if people are different, and acting as if the problems and the issues that existed during the Jim Crow era and existed during slavery, those problems don't exist anymore. Totally turning a blind eye to all of the blatant injustices that take place against people of color every single day. And a lot of it, ends up in life being lost, okay? And it's all around the board. It's all around the board. But in order to have honest dialogue about it, you have to add race to it. You know what I'm saying? You have to point out that the two men who shot Ahmaud Arbery were white, and you have to add the fact that Ahmaud Arbery was black. You have to add that, okay? And to act like that doesn't exist, and to act like, you know, that's something to be passed over. Either A, you're overtly or secretly working towards the agenda, or B, you're just too afraid to confront the truth. And either one of those type of people, you know what I'm saying, you want to be careful about. I'm not gonna say careful about, but you want to pay attention to. Okay, you know, white or black. I have friends that are black, that are white, that are Asian, that are Hispanic. My wife is Hispanic, you know, or a Latino. I mean, a Latina. You know what I'm saying? My wife is Puerto Rican. You know, my children are black. You know what I'm saying? But their mother is Puerto Rican. So, you know, I'm not one of those type of people that are like, you know, somebody was trying to get at me, and he called me a fake A Farrakhan, you know, trying to be funny. And, you know, that's a whole nother video I'm gonna get into, but it's like, if you really knew me, you would know how funny that is. But, you know, for me, I've always grown up around a plethora of different types of people. And I've always grown up to respect everyone and all of their differences, and not to hate anyone or any particular race of people, right? But you know, you have to be truthful and honest about the situation. Okay? The white folks that I'm really close to are the ones who, they understand. They're not the ones saying, well, yo, let's take race out of everything and let's stop bringing race. They understand exactly what's going on. I'm a white man, or I'm a white guy, or I'm a white girl, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I understand the plight of the African American. I understand that it's not fair. I understand what y'all going through, and I understand that when these things happen, they're racially motivated. I get it. You know what I mean? Those are the ones who I'm really close to. Those are the ones who, you know, I seem to fellowship with the most. You know what I'm saying? Those who can be honest about the situation. And that's what it all comes down to, is honesty. You know what I'm saying? We can't heal anything without being honest first, right? And if we're being honest about, you know, these situations, they're race related. Just like most things in this country are race related, because we've never actually sat down and had honest dialogue and come up with honest solutions for this problem. You know what I'm saying? I've spent some time in Germany, right? You go to Germany, you don't see any remnants of the Holocaust. You don't see any remnants of Nazi Germany or any of the you know, the treacherous and tragic things that were happening to the Jews at that time. You don't see any remnants of it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the people, you know, after the fall of Nazi Germany, after the fall of Hitler, and so forth and so on, you know, people were able to sit and have honest dialogue, and, you know, and people who were victimized, you know, had the space to point blame at their you know, point blame at the people who victimized them. You know what I'm saying? And there was some sort of reconciliation, you know, that the whole country went through in order to flush all of the unfortunate history down the drain and then move on with a clean slate. Similar to South Africa. I've spent time in South Africa as well. Now, the after effects of apartheid still exist in South Africa, but you don't really see too much remnants of that. You do see racism in South Africa, you know, similar to here, but it's not as you know, it's not as prevalent and widespread. You know what I'm saying? There are instances of it, and to be fair, I haven't been in South Africa in probably about 10 years. So, you know, maybe it's different now. Someone might have a different perspective. If so, chime in and let me know what your perspective is. But, you know, after apartheid, You know what I'm saying? There was a reconciliation council where, again, people were able to point the finger at their accusers, and the accusers were put on trial, and justice was sought for the injustices that were done during that time. That's never happened here. And, you know, I hope one day that it will, but the way things are looking, it looks very unlikely that it will ever happen. You know what I mean? Because racism is not only so normalized in this country, but it's normalized and then it's swept underneath the rug. You know what I'm saying? By people who don't want to face the ugly face of racism. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to admit that it exists. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to deal with the effects of it, and they don't want to even mention it when it comes to these type of situations that happen that are clearly racially motivated. Okay, so be very vigilant of those who always seek to take race out of the conversation, because you know what I'm saying, it's always a part of the conversation. Okay, so with that being said, once again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's talk about it. All right, peace.
Ishues. Listen. Make your mind up. Either you are with it or you not. You cannot straddle the fence, and when you see a plea, you cop. Stop. I don't wanna hear who really hot. If they glorifying actions that'll get our children shot. All these cats claim they woke in revolution when they yell, and they can't even bring themselves to boycott the NFL when they telling you they don't give a crap about your folks. Most of the players that are black end up injured, up and broke.